Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel on Engineering Mathematics by Dr. Navneet. In this lecture we are going to discuss how to find the value of particular integral when the right hand side of linear differential equation is of the form capital X is equal to e raised to ax into v. So now first let's discuss about the type number 4 for finding the value of particular integral. So when capital X is e raised to ax into v, so where v stand for sine of ax or cos of ax or x raised to n. So this is the different values for v. Then particular integral is given by particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d e raised to ax into v. So which is written as e raised to ax in bracket 1 upon f of d plus a into v. That means this particular integral formula indicate, so replace d by d plus a. So this is the formula for finding the particular integral. This is the type 4th for finding particular integral. So now while solving the example, question is that, so how long we have to solve the example? So for this, if the determinant reduced to a constant term, then particular integral is completed. That means we get the final value of the particular integral. Again, one more question arises while solving the problem based on this type. So that what is the value of v? That means what are the possible values for the v? So here the possible values for v's are sine of ax or cos of ax or x raised to n. So these are the possible value for v. So again, if we try to solve the value of particular integral, then the bracketed term 1 upon f of d plus a into v. So if we try to solve this equation, then if value of v is of the form x raised to n, then the problem or the bracketed term can be solved with the help of type number 3 for finding the value of particular integral. And if the value of v is in terms of sine of ax or cos of ax, then the value of bracketed term 1 upon f of d plus a into v reduces to the type number 2. That means for solving the example based on this type number 4, so we can take the help of type number 2 and 3 for solving the example. So now replace d by d plus a. So in this formula we are replacing d by d plus a. So then for example, f of d is equal to d square minus 4d plus 4. Then we can replace d by d plus a, that means d plus a. Suppose take the value of a as 2, then we can write this as d plus 2 its square minus 4 times d plus 2 plus 4. So some people or some student make a mistake while putting the value of d as d plus a. So they write this value as d square plus 2 minus 4d plus 4 plus 4. So which is the wrong method for solving the example. So take the care while replacing d by d plus a. So now to understand this method for finding the value of particular integral, let's take the first linear differential equation example. So now example is solve d square minus 2d plus 1y equal to x square e raised to 3x. So if we try to solve this example, then we know that as per the linear differential equation with constant coefficient method, so this equation has two type of solution. First is called as complementary function and second is called as particular integral. So again, if we try to find the value of complementary function, then we know that complementary function is obtained by solving the auxiliary equation. So here auxiliary equation is d square minus 2d plus 1 equal to 0. So this is quadratic equation. We may solve by quadratic method or find a number whose product is 1 and addition is minus 2. So these numbers are minus 1 into minus 1. So let's split the middle term minus 2d as minus d and minus d. So if we try to solve this equation, then we get factor as d minus 1 and d minus 1 equal to 0. So if we solve this equation, then we get the value of d as 1 and 1. So these are the roots which are real and repeated. So as roots are real and repeated, then according to the formula for complementary function for real and repeated root, so yc is equal to c1 plus c2x e raised to x. So this is the first method for finding the value of complementary function. Now let's obtain the value of particular integral. So now whenever we find the value of particular integral of any equation, so first write down the value of right hand side term of linear differential equation. So here the right hand side value is x square into e raised to 3x. That means x is denoted by this value. So this equation is of the type capital X is equal to e raised to ax into v. So after alternating the term, so where the value of v is x square. So then according to the method for finding the value of particular integral, so formula is 1 upon f of d e raised to ax into v is equal to e raised to ax in bracket 1 upon f of d plus a into v. That means replace d by d plus a and keep the term e raised to ax outside the bracket. So if we apply this formula, then write down the value of particular integral as 1 upon f of d, which is d square minus 2d plus 1 into e raised to ax into v, which is x square into 3x. So take the term e raised to ax first, so e raised to 3x as it is, then 1 upon, so add the term a, so value of e raised to ax is 3, that means a is equal to 3, so replace d by d plus 3, so we get the denominator term of equation as d plus 3 its square minus 2 times d plus 3 plus 1 into x square. So first simplify the denominator term, so e raised to 3x as it is, so roll up this e raised to 3x is over now. So now if we try to solve the value of denominator after making the square of d plus 3 its square, so according to the a plus b formula, then after simplifying the denominator term, we get the final answer for denominator as d square plus 4d plus 4 into x square, which is equal to e raised to 3x 1 upon 4 plus 4d plus d square into x square. Because if we try to solve the term 1 upon d square plus 4d plus 4 into x square, so this equation is of the type 1 upon f of d into x raised to n, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus minus 5 of d into x raised to n. So for getting 1 as the first term in the denominator, let's reverse the equation. So we are reversing this equation. So after reversing this equation, it is always possible, or it is always simple for us to take the value 4 as common. So because if we directly take the value of d square common, then so calculation may get increased. So that's why first reverse the term, then after reversing the term, take the term 4 constant, which is constant, take this 4 common, so we get this as 1 plus, so write down the value of remaining term as 4 upon 4 is 1, so d plus d square upon 4. So if we write this term in the numerator, then we get this as e raised to 3x upon 4 as it is. So then after writing this value in the numerator, we get this as e raised to 3x upon 4 in bracket 1 plus d square upon 4 raised to minus 1 into x square. So this equation is of the form 1 plus x raised to minus 1. So we know the expansion of this function. So 1 plus x raised to minus 1 is equal to 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus x raised to 4 and so on. So if we try to apply this formula, then second line of this slide becomes, so e raised to 3x upon 4, then if we apply this formula, then expansion is 1 minus x, so value of x is d plus d square upon 4 plus x square, that means d plus d square upon 4 its square and so on. So now here question arises that how long we have to expand this term. So now for the answer to this question is that, so first take the derivative of outside bracket term. So here the outside bracket term is x square, so derivative of x square is 2x, which is the first derivative, and second derivative is 2, and third derivative of this term is 0. That means first derivative of x square is 2x, second derivative is 2, and third derivative is 0. So expand this term up to second power only, because third power onwards all the value of d cube x become 0. That's why x1 of 2 second power only. So if we simplify the bracketed term, then we get this as e raised to 3x upon 4 in bracket 1 minus d. So take this minus sign to the inner side, minus d square plus 4, plus take the square of d plus d square upon 4 its square according to the formula a plus b its square. So we can write this as d square plus next term is 1 upon 2 d cube plus d raised to 4 upon 60, but we never mention the remaining term because the derivative of remaining term with respect to x of x square is 0. So that's why we never mention the remaining term. So now after simplifying this term, so take the term x square to the inner side. So e raised to 3x upon 4. So if we take x square to the inner side, then 1 into x square is x square minus d into x square. D into x square means derivative of x square, then derivative of x square is 2x as it is minus 1 upon 4 as it is, then d square. So d square stand for second derivative of x square with respect to x. So second derivative of x square with respect to x is 2. That's why third term is minus 2 upon 4 plus again second derivative of x square. So second derivative of x square is again 2 and so on. So in this way we can easily simplify the example. So if we try to arrange this equation according to the decreasing power of x, then we get next step as e raised to 3x upon 4, then x square minus 2x. So collect all constant term together, we get this as plus 3 by 4. So this is the value of particular integral of the equation. So we denote this particular integral by equation b. So from equation a and b, in equation a we get the value of complementary function, and in equation b we get the value of particular integral. So complete solution according to these two equation is y is equal to c1 plus c2x e raised to x plus e raised to 3x upon 4, then in bracket x square minus 2x plus 3x. So in this way we can easily solve the example of of linear differential equation of type 4 where x is equal to e raised to x into v. Now let's take the next example so to understand this method better way. So here linear differential equation example is solve d square plus 2 into y is equal to e raised to x into cos x. So again if we try to find the value of complementary function, so first solve the value of first find the root of auxiliary equation. So here auxiliary equation is d square plus 4 is equal to 0. So then d square is equal to minus 2, then the value of d is plus minus root 2i. So if we observe this root, then these roots are complex. So according to the complex root formula for complementary function, so we get the value of complementary function as c1 cos of root 2x plus c2 sine of root 2x. So this is the simple way for finding the value of complementary function. Now let's find out the value of particular integral. So whenever we find the value of particular integral, so first try to write the value of capital X, that means write the value of right hand side value of linear differential equation, which is e raised to x into cos x. So if we compare this value with the type x is equal to e raised to x into v, then the value of v is cos x and the value of a is 1. That means apply replace d by d plus 1. So again if we apply the formula for particular integral as 1 upon f of d e raised to ax into v is equal to e raised to ax in bracket 1 upon f of d plus a into v. So this is a standard formula for finding the value of particular integral when capital X is of the form e raised to ax into v. So then if we apply this formula, then write down the value of f of d, which is d square plus 2 into e raised to ax v into v. So this value is e raised to x into cos x. So write down the value of e raised to ax as it is, that means e raised to x as it is. So 1 upon, replace d by d plus a, so value of a is 1. So 1 upon d plus 1 its square plus 2 into cos of x. So if we make the square of d plus 1 its square, and after simplifying this term, we get the value of denominator as e raised to x 1 upon d square plus 2d plus 3 into cos x. So if we observe the term 1 upon d square plus 2d plus 3 into cos of x, so this is of the type 2, so which mention that, so whenever cos or sine term is there, then replace d square by f of minus a square into cos of ax. So if we try to apply this formula on this equation, then we get this equation as e raised to x into 1 upon d square. If we replace d square by minus 1, so then we get this term as minus 1 and plus 3. So value of constant is 2. So if we rearrange this equation and write in simple form, then we get this as denominator as 2d plus 2 into cos of x. So now here in the denominator we get the single d term. So to apply the type 2 formula for cos of x, we required d square term in the denominator. So to get the d square term in the denominator, so let's rationalize the term d plus 1. So we can write this as e raised to x upon 2 1 upon d plus 1. So multiply by d minus 1 upon d minus 1 into cos x, so which is equal to e raised to x upon 2. So after rationalizing this term, we get numerator as d minus 1 and denominator directly if we write the formula as a plus b and a minus b, which is a square minus b square. So we get this as d square minus 1 into cos x. So we get this result because of the rationalization. And again, if we apply the formula for type number 2, cos of ax, then we get this as if we replace 1 upon f of d square cos of ax is equal to 1 upon f of minus a square into cos of ax, then we can easily write this term as e raised to x upon 2. In numerator we get this as d minus 1 upon, so in denominator value of if we replace the value of d square by minus a square, then we get the value as minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1, so in denominator we get value as minus 2 into cos x. So once again, if we rearrange this value, then we get this as e raised to x upon minus 4. Then if we multiply the term d minus 1 by cos x, then we get this as d into cos x. So d into cos x means derivative of cos x, which is minus sin x, and minus 1 into cos x means minus cos x. So that means final value for the particular integral is e raised to x upon 4 in bracket. So after taking minus sign common, we get this as sin x plus cos x. So this is the value of particular integral. So in equation A, we get the value of complementary function, and in equation B, we get the value of particular integral. If we take the sum of these two values, then we get the complete solution as y is equal to c1 cos of root 2x plus c2 sine of root 2x plus value of particular integral, which is e raised to x upon 4 in bracket sin x plus cos of x. So in this way, we can easily solve the example which is based on linear differential equation of type number 4, which is x is equal to e raised to ax into v. So for understanding this method or this type clearly, so now let's discuss the third example. So this example is a cubic type example. So where linear differential equation is of the form d cube minus 7d minus 6 into y is equal to e raised to 2x in bracket 1 plus x. So here if we try to solve the value for complementary function, and then auxiliary equation is d cube minus 7d minus 6 is equal to 0. So now this is cubic equation. So for solving this equation, we have to apply the synthetic division method for solving this equation. So according to the synthetic division method, so write down the cubic equation with the decreasing power of d. So here second power of d is absent, so coefficient of second power of d is 0. So we can write this as d cube plus 0d square minus 7d minus 6 is equal to 0. So according to the synthetic division method, so write down the coefficient as 1, 0, minus 7, minus 6. So then try to find the factor of this equation. So try for d is equal to plus 1 minus 1, d is equal to plus 2 minus 2, and d is equal to plus 3 minus 3. So d is equal to minus 1 is the factor. If the sum of alternative coefficient is equal, so here the sum of alternative coefficient is same. So d is equal to minus 1 may be the factor, or so we may divide the last term by factor. So here last term is divisible by 2, so 2 is also factor, as well as 3 is also factor. So in anyhow we can solve this equation. So we get the root of this equation as d is equal to minus 1, minus 2 and 3. So but whatever roots we are getting here, so either you solve according to the factor minus 1 or minus 2 or 3 factor, so you will get the unique root. So these roots are real and non-repeated. So value of complementary function is c1 e raised to minus x plus c2 e raised to minus 2x plus c3 e raised to 3x. So once again I will repeat here, for solving this synthetic method, so we may apply for the different factor for solving this synthetic division method, which may be minus 1, minus 2 or 3. So now if we try to find the value of particular integral, then here the value of capital X is e raised to 2x into 1 plus x, so which is of the type capital X is equal to e raised to ax into v. So where value of a is 2 and the value of v is 1 plus x. Then according to the particular integral formula for this type, particular integral is 1 upon f of d e raised to ax into v, so which is equal to e raised to ax in bracket 1 upon f of d plus a into v. That means replace d by d plus a. So where the value of a is 2. So then if we put the value of f of d, so which is d cube minus 7d minus 6 into e raised to ax into v, which is given by e raised to 2x in bracket 1 plus x. So if we write the value e raised to ax, that means e raised to 2x, 1 upon f of d plus a. So where the value of a is 2, so then we get denominator as d plus 2 its cube minus 7 times d plus 2 minus 6 into 1 plus x, which is the value of v. So now the role of e raised to 2x is over. So write down e raised to 2x as it is. So if we simplify the denominator term, so find the cube of d plus 2 its cube and simplify the denominator value. So after simplifying the value of denominator, we get a denominator as d cube plus 6d square plus 5d minus 12 into 1 plus x. Now once again observe the term 1 upon d cube plus 6d square plus 5d minus 12 into 1 plus x. So this is of the type 1 upon f of d into x raised to n. So we may write this equation as 1 upon 1 plus or minus 5 of d into x raised to n. So this is our type number 3 for finding the value of particular integral. So if we try to solve this equation by this type number 3, so then first reverse the term. So for our simplicity and getting the result without any complications, so first reverse the term. So e raised to 2x upon, so from denominator take the term minus 12 common. So after taking minus 12 common, so in bracket we get this as 1 minus, so after taking minus term common we get this as 5d plus 6 d square plus d cube upon 12. So we write the bracket, circular bracket for this term, so which is the value of phi of d. So if we take this term in the numerator, then we get next step we get this equation as e raised to 2x upon minus 12. So now take this value in the numerator, so in bracket 1 minus 5d plus 6d square plus d cube upon 12 raised to minus 1. So this is of the type 1 minus x raised to minus 1. So if we apply this formula, so which indicate that equal to 1 plus x square plus x cube and so on. So apply this formula to second line equation or expand this second line according to this formula. Then e raised to 2x upon minus 12 as it is. So in bracket we get this term as 1 plus x. So value of x is 5d plus 6d square plus d cube upon 12. So plus x square. So that means the value its square, and so on. So again question arises here that how long we have to expand this term. So take the derivative of 1 plus x. So first derivative is 1, second derivative is 0. That means second onwards all derivatives are 0. So expand this equation up to first order only, because second orders on all the value of 1 plus x becomes 0. So once again if we simplify this term, then we get this equation as e raised to 2x upon minus 12, then 1 into 1 plus x after taking multiplication. That means take the term 1 plus x to the inner side. So we get first term as 1 plus x plus 5 into, so derivative of x. So derivative of 1 plus x is 1, that's why 5 into 1, plus 6 into d square. D square means second derivative of 1 plus x. Second derivative of 1 plus x is 0, so that's why 6 into 0, plus d cube. D cube stand for third derivative of 1 plus x with respect to x. So again third derivative of 1 plus x is 0. So that's why third term is 0. So upon 12 as it is. So again in second bracket we get this as, so 5 into derivative of 1 plus x is 1, plus 6 into second derivative is 0, plus third derivative of 1 plus x is 0, upon 12 it's square. So once again if we simplify this term, then we get final answer for the particular integral as e raised to 2x upon minus 12, so in bracket x plus 17 upon 12. So this is the value of a particular integral. So if we combine the value of complementary function and particular integral, so we get the value of complete solution of this equation, which is y is equal to c1 e raised to minus x plus c2 e raised to minus 2x plus c3 e raised to 3x minus e raised to 2x upon 12 in bracket x plus 17 upon 12. So now this is the third example. So now let's discuss the fourth example so that we can understand this type very easily or clearly. So now here the linear differential equation with constant coefficient is d square minus 4d plus 4 into y is equal to e raised to 2x into x square. So if we try to find the value of complementary function which is obtained from auxiliary equation, so here the value of auxiliary equation is d square minus 4d plus 4 equal to 0. So if we solve this equation by quadratic method or find the numbers product is 4 and addition is minus 4, so we get the value of root of this equation as 2 and 2. So these roots are real and repeated. So according to the complementary function formula for real and repeated root, so complementary function yc is equal to c1 plus c2x e raised to 2x. So this is the first solution, which is called as complementary function of the equation. So now let's try to find out the value of particular integral. So once again, whenever we find the value of particular integral of any equation, so first write down the value of right hand side term, which is denoted by capital X. So here capital X is equal to e raised to 2x into x square. If we compare this with the standard type of particular integral, capital X is equal to e raised to x into v. So here v is equal to x square and the value of a is 2. That means replace d by d plus 2. Then according to the formula for particular integral, so particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d e raised to ax into v is equal to e raised to ax in bracket 1 upon f of d plus a into v. So now if we apply this formula to the given equation, then 1 upon f of d means d square minus 4d plus 4 into e raised to 2x into x square. So write down e raised to ax first as it is, so e raised to 2x as it is, then replace d by d plus a where the value of a is 2. So replace d by d plus 2, so we get denominator term as d plus 2 its square minus 4 into d plus 2 plus 4 into x square. So once again if we simplify the denominator term, then we get next step as e raised to 2x as it is, so d square into x square after simplification of the denominator term. So now here observe that this is of the denominator is of the type 1 upon d into x, which is equal to integration of x dx. So if we apply this formula, then we get next step as e raised to 2x into d square. We can split into the two parts, so 1 upon d into 1 upon d. So that's why 1 upon d into, so 1 upon d means integration of x square dx. So which is equal to e raised to 2x, 1 upon d as it is, integration of x square is x cube upon 3. Once again apply the formula as 1 upon d into x is equal to integration of x dx. So then we get next step as e raised to 2x into integration of x cube upon 3 with respect to x. Then finally we get the value of particular integral as e raised to 2x into x raised to 4 upon 12. So in this way we get the value of particular integral. Once again, if we combine the value of complementary function and particular integral, we get the complete solution of the given equation. So which is y is equal to c1 plus c2x into e raised to 2x plus e raised to 2x x raised to 4 upon 12. So this is the very simple method for finding the value of particular integral, which is our type number 4. So now after this example, after solving this such type of example, now for your practice purpose or for testing your knowledge, so this is the examples you have to solve at your level and find the solution. So solutions of this equation is also given. So friends, thanks for your special attention towards this video lecture. So once again, thanks to one and all.